Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever looked at a leader and wondered what it is that makes them not just good, but truly great? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to dive into a blueprint that can absolutely transform the way you manage your team and get results.
Right? It's the big question. Is it just personality, some kind of natural-born talent, or is there something more to it, something more structured that any of us can actually learn and put into practice?
Well, here's the good news. It's not some kind of magic. Managerial excellence really comes down to following a clear, powerful blueprint. It's a system that's designed for high performance time and time again. And that is exactly what we're going to unpack today.
So our goal here is pretty simple, actually. We want to understand the core pieces of this leadership model. By the time we're done here, you're going to have a super clear framework for what elite management really looks like in the real world.
The source we're digging into, Mastering the Management Performance Cycle, is honestly brilliant because it's so simple. It takes this whole complex world of management and says, look, it all really boils down to just two main ideas. Two ideas that are separate but also totally connected.
So let's jump in with the first of these two ideas, the performance cycle. You got to think of this as the big picture. It's the foundation that everything else is built on top of.
So what exactly is the performance cycle? Well, think of it like your strategic compass for the year. It's that big, overarching philosophy, the rhythm of your leadership. It really answers that fundamental question. Why are we doing any of this? It's your vision. It's your team's purpose. It's the destination you've put a big X on in the map.
Okay, now for that second idea, and you'll see how this builds on the first one. Let's unpack the performance process. Because if the cycle is our why, well, this is where we get into the nuts and bolts.
The performance process is all about one thing: execution. It's the list of real, concrete actions. The one-on-ones, the feedback sessions, the project check-ins, the performance reviews. It's all the stuff you do to make that big strategy come to life. This isn't the destination. It's the turn-by-turn directions you follow to get there. It's the tactical how.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. You've got the strategic why, that's the cycle, and you've got the tactical how, that's the process. They both sound great, right? But how do they work together as one seamless, powerful system?
Let's put them side by side and really break it down. Because understanding not just the difference, but the connection between these two, that is the absolute key to unlocking real managerial mastery.
All right, here we go. On the left, you see the cycle, our strategic why. This is about setting the vision, defining what success looks like, and building the team culture. Then on the right, you've got the process, our tactical how. These are the weekly meetings, the daily huddles, the quarterly goals that actually push you toward that vision. Let's make it real. Let's say your team's cycle, the big why, is to become the top-rated customer service department in the whole company. Awesome goal. Your process then would be things like daily ticket reviews, weekly coaching on call quality, and maybe monthly workshops. See how that works? You just can't have one without the other. A great why with no how, that's just a daydream. And a bunch of hows with no why, that's just busy work.
And that really brings us to the most important point of all. This is not about choosing. You don't have to be either a big picture strategy person or a detail-oriented execution person. True mastery is all about weaving them together, making sure that every single action in your process is intentionally serving the grand strategy of your cycle.
So how do we actually do this? How can we take this model and use it to get better at what we do every single day? Well, the blueprint gives us a really clear path forward.
It honestly comes down to these three simple steps. First, you have to consciously sit down and define your cycle. What's the real mission for your team this year? What does winning actually look like? Second, you have to map out and then execute your process. What are the specific, repeatable things you're going to do to get there? And third, when you get those two things aligned, that's when you start to consistently achieve your goals.
So look, if you take away nothing else from this, please let it be this. The cycle is your strategic vision. It's your North Star. The process is your daily, weekly, and monthly action plan that moves you closer to that star. And the truly great managers, they don't just do one of them well, they master the art of making them work together.
And that leaves us with one final thought. I want you to take a second and really think about how you lead your team. Can you, right now, clearly explain your strategic cycle for the year? And then, could you point to the specific, consistent process you use to make that cycle a reality? The answer to that question, well, that's your first step on a path to mastery.